Hello. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to connect to the UKCA training virtual machine using the Amazon DCV client. This is a little different from how you might connect using the connection methods that are described in the YouTube walkthrough for the tutorials, which is X2Go or SSH. This is a method that allows you to connect from any operating system to a graphical Linux desktop. You can either install the Amazon DCV client, or you can connect through a web browser. We'll start off showing you how to connect through the client. And you'll have been given some pieces of information on how to connect, one of which is an IP address and one of which will be a password. So these are an example of what they will be. These aren't the ones you'll be given. You'll have different ones when you try and connect. And so to connect through the DCV client, so this is the Mac OS client, we enter our IP address, and we're asked then for a username and a password. So the username is Ubuntu, all in lowercase, and the password is the random collection of characters that you'll have been given. And we connect through, and we then have a Linux login screen for Ubuntu, and we enter our password again. So copy and paste works as normal through the client. And then when we log in, we come to a Linux desktop. You may be asked if you want to upgrade the operating system. Click no to that. You don't want to upgrade it. You need to keep it as it is. And then you'll also see on this terminal, it asks for the Met Office Science Repository Service password. So what you'll need to do is enter your password that you have for Mozzers here. And here, copy and paste is a Linux copy and paste. So it would be Control-Shift-V for paste, for instance. Then it asks for your username. So my username is Luke Abraham. And so that has passed. So I now have my Mozzers username and password. Things are a little bit different here because we're all in the Linux desktop. We're not going to need to do a tunnel through for the Silk GUI. We can just load the Silk GUI up in the environment that we're here. So don't use the Silk -GUI command, just use Silk space GUI. And that will load up a Firefox, I think in this case, window connecting to Silk. So, which is loading up at the moment. You can see there's various, these are various things that have been run to install some various aspects, which is fine. Don't worry about those. You can open your Jupyter Lab instance here, and then this will bring up the lab, and you're able to run the Python scripts that are here. Again, don't upgrade to a new version of Jupyter Lab. We might want to open a new window, and we can just see an example of running, say, the UKCA box model. So if we come back to the tutorials, we can copy an existing box model suite. So we need to copy DR407. So if we come back to DCV viewer, Rosie, copy, and then we want to copy this text, and we come to the viewer, Control-Shift-V, and escape colon right quit. We will copy that. And then we can cd into our roses directory, dx634, and we would then go silk VIP, which will run it, and we can rose edit it, and this will bring up the rose editor. And if we come back to our Silk dashboard, we can see that this is running. This will take a few minutes to connect, to run. So this is how we connect through the viewer. If we were to, we can disconnect this, and instead we can try connecting through the web browser. So what we need now is the IP address, and you connect to port 8443. So you also have that path given. And when you connect to this, you'll get some warnings. What you need to do is accept the risk and continue, and then you have another option. Say you might have another option depending on what you have, and you connect to that, and then you'll have the username and the password coming up. So again, it's Ubuntu, and then we have the password connection again. So normal copy and paste will work here. But now we're here and we're connected to the, and we can just see we've come straight back in to the same place we were before. What you do need to be a little bit careful of is when you want to say send the copy. And so if you were to come into the login screen, what you might need to do is send items through the clipboard. So if you wanted to, if you come to the desktop login screen here, you would need to send this password through the clipboard here, and then your password would then be synced. So you could then Control-Shift-V here. So that's important if you come to the kind of Linux login, the Ubuntu login screen. But as it is, we can log in. We can use the exactly the same way as we do through the client. We can use it through the web browser, and so you should be able to just continue doing all the tutorials as normal. If you disconnect, so rather than logging out, you can disconnect from here. And again, we're now disconnected. If you wanted to, you could log in again the next day. And what would happen is you'd come back in exactly the same situation you were in before. What you do need to be careful of coming back in the next day, of course, is that you need to re-enter your Moz's password, and you would do that through the Moz's cache password command, and that's described to you in the tutorials. So this is all you should need to be able to connect to the UKCA training virtual machines using Amazon DCV.